Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted in a few days. I've just been taking a break, I just needed some time to debrief, honestly. Just a little time for myself, and I think I'm ready to get back on it. If you want to support my channel, make sure you hit my Cash App. I'll put that in the link below, and I also make jewelry. I make crystal bracelets and wooden bracelets, and if you're interested, I'll also put my email in the description box down below as well. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the role of the white Karen in slavery. And when I say white Karen, I basically mean the white women during slavery and how they treated the slaves. Now, what is slavery to begin with? Well, slavery was where American citizens would breed, abuse, and enslave African people to do all of their work for them. And this is not the kind of treatment that the light-skinned servants would get, or the white servants would get in the house. You know who the house is, right? Okay. But let's talk about the white woman. The white woman was equally as harsh to the slaves as a black man was. We all know that the black slave master would beat on the men and rape the women, the black women. But let's think about it. The white Karens, the white women during slavery, were exactly the same. They didn't have much power because, let's relate it to politics. The white women had no say when it came to politics. They were married to abusive white men. They had to listen to their men. They didn't have any say in anything in life. But the only thing that made them strong or powerful was the slaves. It's honestly weird. I have a few notes here just to guide my talking points. The white women were powerless in the eyes of the white man. So the white man could do anything he wanted to this white woman. She's being beat down every day, and she projects that energy onto the slaves. She's doing the same thing that her husband does to the slaves, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to my slaves because this is what makes me powerful. This is all I have. I'm married to this abusive white man, and I have no way of getting out. I have no source of income. He's my income. The fact that the white woman owned slaves, this gave her a financial support system. So once she got her slaves, once the white women got her slaves, she was finally able to divorce her white abusive husband, and she now has a source of income that she can use them as pawns. And what is that called? People could rent the slaves from them. So it's kind of like an auction. It's kind of like the black market, or just a regular store where you're buying slaves and using them for whatever you need them for. It's ridiculous, honestly. All right, now let's talk about sex and the black slaves, white women and sex with black slaves. So the white women were actually jealous of the black relationship that was going on between the slaves. She wanted to be a part of that because the person that she was married to, the white man, the slave master, wasn't even showing her any love. She was being abused by this person every day. So she would take advantage of her black slaves because what can they do? They can't even do anything. And if they do, they die. They get beat on. So she would throw herself at these black slaves, and they have no choice but to do it. But let's say she gets caught. Let's say this white woman gets caught in the act, or someone tells that she's doing this. She's not going to admit to it. Guess what she's going to do? She is going to blame it on the black slave, because that is what happens in society today. I'm going to get to that in a moment. She is going to claim that this black slave raped her and forced himself on her, knowing darn well that he didn't do that. And next thing you know, he's getting beat. And she's like, okay, I have such privilege that I could walk these streets and say, do whatever I want. And knowing that it's wrong and I won't get in trouble for it. In society today, this is why I don't agree with interracial relationships between white and black people. Let's say a white woman gets with a black male. He's like, oh, I'm so in love. I'm loving this woman. Let's say they decide to have sexual intercourse. I mean, you've heard it on the stories before. This has happened. This is real stuff. She claims that he raped him. I mean, she claims that he raped her. And guess who gets caught? He didn't do it. He didn't do it. She lied because she wanted to get a payout or something. Or just wanted another black male to go to jail because this is a trend. And he gets in trouble for something that he didn't even do. A lot of black men get locked up for things that they didn't do nowadays. It's honestly ridiculous. I'm not even surprised to see it on the news anymore because of how often this happens. And we know, and these police people know that these men are innocent, but they just want to believe the white person because, hey, those are my people. I support my people, right? I'm getting off track. What I was saying, interracial relationships between white and black people. The black person, do you ever notice how a black person will hold a white girl's hand, but when it comes to black on black relationships, it's like they don't even want to touch each other? But this is it's not their fault. It's generational trauma. It's because of this slavery stuff. It's like so beaten into our heads that we don't even realize it. And then we're not understanding why we're so upset with each other. This is why women are angry all the time. This is why men don't want to go for their black queens, because of slavery. It all goes back. Seriously. Our ancestors were beaten, and then now it's all in our blood, and it's nothing we can do about it. Unless you want to stop a generational curse, we got to figure out some kind of way to do this, because our people, like I keep saying in every video, our people have to come together. This is ridiculous. This cannot keep, this is not good. This is no bueno. But as I was saying, interracial relationships. It's honestly disappointing to see how toxic black relationships can be, but how bubbly a black interracial relationship can go. But he knows that this black woman, he knows that this white woman can lie on his name at any point in time. But he doesn't want to believe that. He wants to be naive. He got him a snow bunny. Watch Dr. Umar. He speaks on that well enough. Anywho. Now, white women and black women, the black slaves. These white women would tell these black women slaves that they were no good, that they were not good mothers. But you know what's funny? These white women would tell them this, but give their children to this black woman to take care of, saying that, but she just said that they were not capable of being mothers and taking care of their own children, but you're gonna leave your children in their hands. Make it make sense, boo. And even at that, these white women would tell the slaves' children to call her mother, and have the white woman's children be breastfed by the slave. I mean, it's all mixed up. It's all mumble jumble. It's all switched up. It makes no sense to me, if I'm being honest. When I heard about this, I took notes on this, and when I tell you, when I heard this, I see it in today's society. I really do. Especially the one with interracial relationships. I mean, fine, go ahead. You can have an interracial relationship. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just speaking the obvious here, because this is like a trend. This is a trend. Did y'all hear about, what is his name? Everett Jackson and his Mormon girlfriend? Even that, he was so in love. He believed he was so in love. Then went to his white Mormon girlfriend's family's wedding in Iowa. I think it was Iowa. And her family told him that they didn't want him there. Okay, if that was me, I would have been, okay, I'm dipping, I'm gone. I'm not gonna stay here if these people don't want me here. Plus they're Mormons anyway. That's like a cult. That's a cult. People in cults don't like black people. And when you hear that, it's time to head back home, boo. It's no time to waste. But he goes, I think he goes tubing with her family, and guess who's the only person that died? Him. And everyone else is like, oh, I don't know what happened. I was there, but I don't know. Would you believe that? Because I know darn well I don't. He's the only person that died off of that boat. Or whatever it was that they want. Canoe, whatever you want to call it. He flipped into the water. Didn't even have a life vest on. And nobody went looking for him. None of them Mormons went looking for him. It's crazy. This right here is a hypocrisy. This white women treating these black women like this, that's a hypocrisy. They're hypocrites. For real. Saying that they're unfit mothers, but put their children and have them take care of their children, which makes no sense. I mean, you gotta back up what you're saying. You can't just say something and then not follow through. But, well, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully that was interesting. The role of the Karen or white women during slavery. These white Karens that you see today, same thing. Beaten generational. It's like instinct. It's like an instinct. This is why they're like this. This right here. But like I said before, this is all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with another one. I won't be gone I won't take that long to record another video again. Like I said, I just needed a break to recollect. And like I said at the beginning of the video, want to support my channel, hit my Cash App. Email me if you're interested in some handmade jewelry by me. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video.